Hey everyone, I am Coach Linda, and this is 100 Days of Purpose. I'm actually going to do two videos today since we missed yesterday, and I'm having some internet problems. And so I'm going to do yesterday's recording and today's recording back to back. So you're going to get 2 days in one day. So today we are going to be talking about on this first video, we're going to be talking about, give me 1 second, which day is today. We are going to be talking about I beg to differ or we beg to differ. And basically, what that is talking about is because I've said this before, and I just kind of want to get on my soapbox, if you will, about the difference between purpose and passion, purpose and calling, purpose and mission, or things of that nature that we sometimes we interchange these words as though they mean the same thing, and they do not. um, we have to understand, first of all, that destiny is not something that is a lot of woo woo. There's no magical formula. Destiny says that there is a final destination, there is a point that you are supposed to reach. And so, when we're talking about destiny, not so much fate. When we're talking about destiny, that means there is a set destination that you need to arrive at. And by arriving at that, you have to be able to get into what I call the vehicle of purpose, that you are headed towards your final destination. And I know many of us, when we hear the words final destination, we think of death or we think of something that's unpleasant. However, it just means in if we take it in context of what I'm talking about, it just means that you have achieved the purpose that you were created. You have achieved the purpose that you were designed for. You will have completed what you came on earth to do. And so that's why it's important for us to understand that purpose is not passion. I'm going to say it until my face turns purple or green or blue or whatever color it turns, because I want you to understand that passion has nothing to do with purpose. Passion has nothing to do with purpose. Your calling has nothing to do with purpose other than being a vehicle to help you achieve your purpose. I need you to catch that. I need you to put that in your spirit. I need you to put that in your suitcase and carry it everywhere that you go. I need other people to grab a hold on this, because so many people out there are using these words interchangeably that we say, well, Linda, that's not what I've learned before. That's not what I've heard before. This is a different thing, or this is, and it's not. Let's go back to what's intended, because that is my purpose. I want to be strategic and intentional about everything that I say and everything that I do. And if you are a person of purpose, you've got to be strategic about everything you say and everything that you do. You've got to be strategic, you've got to be intentional, and you have to understand that you can do nothing without it being wrapped in your purpose, without it being covered in your purpose. And so if it's meant to do, it's meant to do well, and it's meant to understand that passion will come and go. Passion is like the gas you put in the vehicle so you can get from point A to point B. Again, destination is where you're trying to get to. Purpose is how you get there. Destination is where you're trying to get to. Purpose is how you get there. Passion is the gas that fuels your purpose. Passion is the gas that fuels your purpose. And so when you say, well, I'm trying to find my passion, or I'm trying to understand my mission in life, or I'm trying to understand the vision, all of these things, mission, passion, vision, calling, titles, labels that we put on ourselves, all of that is temporary, and it will change with the mood of the day. It will change with the attitude of the day. It will change with the education or the knowledge that you receive. And so you cannot say that my passion is my purpose. It cannot be said. It cannot be done, because again, they're supposed to do it, right? So I'm passionate about the law. And so therefore that's my purpose. That's why I was created. But you weren't created to be a lawyer. You weren't created to be a pastor. You weren't created to be a secretary. You weren't created to be a mother. Many people say, well, I'm passionate about my family. And I applaud you for being passionate about your family. But were you put here just for your family? No, you weren't. That's why you come in contact with different people. That's why there's different people that come and introduce themselves as friends, as family. So you've got to understand that I'm here for more than just us four. I'm here for more than just my family. I'm here for more than just my career. I'm here for more than just my ministry. Although those are very important and I can be very passionate about it. But to think about it, you are in a relationship with Sambo, right? Because female, Sambo is going to be a male. Okay. So I'm in a relationship with Sambo. I'm passionate about being in my relationship with Sambo. I'm giving Sambo all my time, energy, and effort. And Sambo decides he wants to get passionate about Brenda. Right. And so now he's passionate about Brenda. I'm still giving him everything that I got, and he's giving me nothing. I'm feeling some kind of way about it. I'm getting upset about it. And then I find out, oh, he's not giving me what I need because now he's passionate about Brenda. I'm passionate about him, but he's passionate about Brenda. And he decides his passion for Brenda is greater than his passion for me. And so now the very thing that I think that I'm alive for, the very thing that I think that I'm put on earth to do is to make Sambo happy. Now Sambo is telling me he's not happy with me anymore. So now I'm second guessing who I am. I'm second guessing what it is that I'm supposed to do. I'm wondering if I'm a good person or not a good person, because the very person that I feel that I'm put on earth to please is not pleased with me. Do you believe? Do you believe that that's why I was put on earth, is to please Sambo? But that's the way, and I know someone is saying, but Linda, that's ridiculous because you know, life happens. Exactly. How can you think because I'm passionate about XYZ today that I'm going to be passionate about XYZ tomorrow, and thus that's my purpose in life? When you really think about it, I want you to really think about it. There are people that say that let me give you another example. There are people that say that my purpose in life is to preach the gospel. That is wonderful. That is great. But then they get disillusioned with the church. Ha! So now they don't want to preach the gospel anymore. But you just told me you was put on earth to preach the gospel. So why are you now disillusioned with the church and disillusioned with the gospel and disillusioned with God and disillusioned with all of this stuff? But you're telling me that's the reason you were put on earth. I need you to hear me, because y'all know I'm a Christian and I am never going to talk against the Bible. Never, ever, ever in life if I'm going to talk against the Bible. But the Bible agrees with me. It says, don't be double-minded in all your ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So guess what? The reason why you can't get from point A to point B is because you're taking these passions and calling them your purpose. And then when the gas runs out, you're left in the wind blowing because you don't know where to land. And so what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to get you to open your mind to, what I'm trying to get you to change your mindset to, and that's why I say passion and purpose are not the same. I beg to differ. And anybody that is teaching true purpose, anybody that's teaching the same for lack of a better word, gospel of purpose that I'm teaching, they're going to tell you the same thing. Your passions will come and go. That has nothing to do with your purpose. The passion is just there to fuel you, to get you from point A to point B, to get you from that first step to that third step. And when that passion runs out, you go to the gas station and you get more gas so you can get passionate about the next thing that's going to carry you to the next step. That's why you got what your pain is. That's why you got to know what the resolution of your pain is. That's why you got to understand why you're stuck. And many of you are stuck because you have no clarity on what purpose is. And so therefore you keep saying that your purpose is X and this, and it's not. It's not. And so you've got to figure it out. I want you to figure it out because the world is waiting. The world that is surrounded and connected to you, the world that is assigned to you, attached to you, that world is waiting for you to figure it out, boo. It's waiting for you to say, wait a minute, hold up. Maybe Linda's making some sense. Maybe what she's been talking about for these past 15, 20 years, maybe now I'm finally getting it. Maybe I have been shortchanging and going, yeah, I already know that, Linda. I already know. My passion is my purpose. No, it's not. And if that's the way you're thinking, then you got to change your mindset. I beg to differ. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to be willing to explore who you truly are and what it is that you are truly supposed to give to the world. Because I guarantee you, some of you are doing things that you have no business doing because you don't even like it. You're going to a 9-to-5 job and you're doing this and you're married to that one and you got this person in your life and that person in your life, and you just feeling miserable about everything. And you're like, oh, well, I guess this is just the way my life is. No, this isn't just the way your life is. Yes, life is full of trouble. And yes, life is short. Absolutely. That's what the book of Job says. However, Jesus died that you might have life and that more abundantly. So if your life is miserable, it's miserable because you won't get the message. I'm going to take a drink of water and let that sit right there. Because you refuse to hear the message. Because you refuse to get it. And you want to push back. Especially my saved folk. Y'all want to push back. God put me on earth. Okay. All right. You keep thinking that. But even Jesus was a carpenter as well as a rabbi. He could fix stuff and he could teach. If we follow after him and if he's our example of how to live this life on earth, you might want to check out. You might want to check him out. You might want to read the 4 Gospels and see how he rolled, because that's how you should be rolling too. I'm just saying. For those of you that don't believe in, it's like, okay, you lost me on the Jesus because I don't even believe that Jesus. Okay, let me talk to you about this. Let's flip it onto the secular side. If all you're here to do is take care of your family, if all you're here to do is get up and go to work in the morning, and you hate going to your job, do you really believe that you're living life to the fullest? If you can't stand the person you're sleeping next to, are you really living life to the fullest? I'm not telling anybody get a divorce, so don't put words in my mouth. Because it could be that you don't like the person that you're sleeping next to or going to the job that you're going to because you don't know who you are. And so you're not even giving them your true self. You're not even giving your job your true self. So it's not really that you hate them or you hate it. You hate you. Coach Linda, why are you coming at us like this? Because I need y'all to get it, because I beg to differ with your mindset. I beg to differ with your thought process. I beg to differ with the way you've been living and saying, I'm okay, but you inside are dying. It's time for you to recognize, it's time for you to come off of yourself and say, wait a minute, hold up. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe I need to look at myself, because if I look at myself, and I'm not talking about something that I wasn't willing to do. I did this stuff and I'm still doing this stuff. I'm doing the work. I say work the plan and the plan will work. Why? Because I'm working the plan. When I get up in the morning, I check myself. Look, are we still on course? Are we still doing what it is that we're doing? Is there anything in your life that's draining you? Is there anything in your life that's causing you remorse or causing you regret? Are you feeling a certain kind of way about something and trying to mull it over and brush it aside and be like, it's going to get better? No, because most times, it's the little foxes that kill the vine. It's the little things that come in and sneak in, and you don't want to address them because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or you don't want to make a change because change is hard. So therefore, I'm not going to address these things. But when you start to work on you, when you start to recognize who you are, when you start to understand what it is you have to give to the world, your passions will come and go. Your missions will come and go. Your vision for the future will come and go. It will evolve and change and become greater with new clarity. But your purpose will not change. It will not change. And when you look at it and you start connecting the dots, you will see, wait a minute, hold up. Everything I've done in my life has led me to this point. Good, bad, or indifferent has led me to this point. I've always been this way. I've always done this. I've always thought this way. Those are the things you got to pull out. Those are the things you got to look at and be like, okay, this is the way I was thinking when I was 5 years old, but how does that work for me now? This is the way I was thinking when I was 15 years old, but how is that working for me now? This is the way I was thinking when I was 25 years old, but how is that working for me now? This is the way I was thinking when I was 35 years old, but how is that working for me now? This is the way I was thinking when I was 45, but how is that working for me now? You've got to evolve yourself, because as you are growing, maturing, you should be getting more clarity. You shouldn't be more confused. You shouldn't be like, I don't know what to do now. You should never have that moment in life. You should always know what you're here to. That's purpose. And when you understand that, when you can grab a hold of that, everything about you begins to change. The people that come into your life strategically, intentionally, right? They don't just pop up in your life to wreak havoc in your life. They come with a mission. They come with a purpose. And you find that you get better quality of people around you, because now you are a person of quality. It doesn't matter if you have a whole bunch of friends. Quantity is not the point. Quality is the point. So today, it's me pushing back. Today, it's me saying, look, I've been talking about this for days now. We on 100 days. I've been talking about this. Are you really getting it? Are you really taking in what it is that I'm saying? Or are you just looking at and saying, oh, that's nice. Look at Linda. Oh, her hair looks good today. And going on about your business. Or are you saying, wait a minute, let me think about what she said. Does it make sense to me? And if it does make sense to me, what am I going to do about it? Because I beg to differ that you think you still got a whole lot of time to figure it out. Short. And God forbid that at the end of your life, you still have stuff left to do, because you didn't do anything you were supposed to do, because you were so busy doing everything else. So when it comes to your mindset, what is it that you're really doing? Who are you truly? How are you going to show up in the world? Because it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your vocation. It doesn't matter if you're Christian or non-Christian. It doesn't matter if you have or don't have. What matters is what you're doing with your time and who you're giving your time to. So there you have it. There you have it. Something to think about. I'll be back with today's 100 days because this was yesterday's. I'm coming back today with today's, and hopefully my internet will hold tight so I can get these 2 videos out to you, because I really want you guys to understand purpose. I really want you guys to get it, and not saying that it's an easy road. I'm not saying that at all. Life is short and full of trouble. But if you understand why you are here, if you understand the solution and the gifts and the talents that you have to give to the world, even on the bad days, you can have joy. Even on the times when you be like, man, oh man, oh man, the devil is busy today, you still have victory. And that's what I want you to understand and recognize. That if you are going to bed defeated, if you are going to bed feeling lost, if you are going to bed wondering if you did everything you were supposed to do, if everything got done in that day, there's a misfire. And it's time you start hitting your target. It's time you start being strategic and intentional and on purpose, taking that sip of life. It's time. It's time. So what are you going to do? I am Coach Linda. This is 100 Days of Purpose. And I want you to know that only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. And I want you to dare to be you, because the world will absolutely, as the old timers would say, show enough adjust.